How's it going, YouTube? Today we're working on a 2023 Lexus GX460. This is a 23 model, but should be pretty similar if you have a 22 to 21 model, if not the exact same. Pretty simple door panel to take off. There's only 2 screws holding it in place. The hardest part is actually the weather seal behind the door panel itself that tucks in behind the panel, which I'll show you how to put that back in place. But there's a couple of brackets behind there that sometimes get stuck. So that's the hardest part of the door panel, but the panel itself, getting it off is not hard. You have to take off a cover behind your door handle. There's one other bolt actually underneath the armrest itself. So as always, use your plastic trim tool pieces as much as you can. Also have a pick, and then this screwdriver will take out the 2 screws. So the first thing we'll do is go ahead and take off our covers. For the armrest, you usually just stick your plastic tool right underneath and it kind of pops free. And I use plastic as much as I can, that way you don't risk scratching anything. So this should pop free. There it goes. So once you get the covers off, you'll show 1 screw right behind the armrest and then the 1 screw behind the door handle itself. Now we've got the 2 screws out. Now we'll actually go to taking the door panel off. Always start from the bottom. Try to use your thick plastic trim tool piece if you have one. There's a little cutout on the bottom. Just stick it in there and just pry it forward. And we'll work our way around. Alright, now that we're at the top, this is going to be the portion I was telling you guys about with the weather stripping. Let me go ahead and get it out. Sometimes they stay in, sometimes they don't. Just kind of wiggle it around. It should pop free. There it is. Alright, so let me try to move the camera so you guys can see. Alright, sorry for the bad angle, but I did want to go ahead and show you guys this and not leave you hanging if you go to put the door panel back on. You have these little metal brackets right here, and they're supposed to stay on the frame itself, but sometimes they just pop free with the door panel. This is your sweep right here. This is supposed to go in between the glass and your door panel. This is supposed to stay on the actual door frame itself, but sometimes they pop off with the panel. And so whenever you guys take this apart, don't let this discourage you. They are kind of a pain to get off, but once you get them off, you just slip them back in place on the actual frame itself, and the sweep will pop back on, and then you'll push the door panel itself back onto the actual frame of the door. But I just want to go ahead and show you guys that before we move on to the front door. This is the little metal piece I was telling you guys about that will come off with the door panel. All it takes to get these off is just stick a little flathead up here, and this will push up. Kind of hard to tell with my fingers, but this will push up, and then you just pull it out. Pretty simple process, just sometimes they're a pain in the butt. Alright guys, now we're on the front door panel. Same process, except you just have 1 more cover up top. Still the same cover behind the door handle and still the same cover behind the armrest. So we'll go ahead and remove those 3. That top one just has 2 little push pins holding it in place. Alright, now we see our 2 screws, so we'll go ahead and take those out. Alright, now we're at the bottom of the door. There's also a cutout on the bottom of this one. We'll just pop free. We're at the top again. Same thing with the back door as the front door. Whenever you wiggle this free, it's probably going to take that sweep with you, so just be careful of it. And these are kind of tight, so just kind of wiggle and work its way up. Just like so. And like I said, there's that sweep again, so just let the rear door panel, just take those little metal clips out, put them back on the frame itself, and then you'll slide the strip, or I'm sorry, you'll slide the sweep back on those brackets and then push the panel back on whenever you reapply the door panels. But yeah, there you go. That's the rear door panel and the front door panel on a Lexus GX460. Thanks for watching.